This is The Voice of Land on the Big Play Network with your hosts, Kevin Arnold and Jay Banky. And guys, give you guys a chance to kind of talk about your guys' your story and like why did you guys decide to get your own show going? What are you trying to get the message out to people? Like, what do you want people to get from your show when you guys are on?
That's such a
loaded question.
Such a
there,
complicated question there. What do we want from? First of all, thank you to your producer. I appreciate him so much for working because I know it was such like a last minute thing, and we know how things go last minute. So thank you
guys are big
much.
Marvel fans. Like if Tony Stark had vision, we have audio. Yeah. We always say you never get to see the guy. He's just an AI system. He's not even a real person.
Yeah, no, it's awesome that you guys have, that support. So, but I do appreciate it. Rumpus Room Revival. What can we tell you? What do we want from people, Ryan? What would you say that we want from people? What's the message we're trying to convey?
I mean, most of the things is just like Brown's Twitter, like all the things that we write and we do in Twitter. It's stuff that makes us laugh, and it just gives it. I mean, honestly, we're going to talk about it anyway, right. So might as well throw it up and see what comes out of it. I mean, it's really been no more than that. It's just stuff that makes us laugh.
It seems like just an open conversation podcast.
That's all it is.
Correct. Yeah,
it's completely open format.
And shenanigans. Always some good
one
shenanigans.
Episode might be us talking about, for instance, what was going on recently with Deshaun Watson, and in the next segment we might be asking each other, what do you think Mark McGrath from Sugar Ray's up to these days? It's just one of those things where, like, whatever we sit and talk about is what comes out, and it seems to work well for us. There's no central message. The message, I guess, if there is one, is don't take yourself too seriously. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And try to be able to laugh at yourself and be able to observe the things around you that are really truly funny if you stop and look at it. It's how the whole Brown's Twitter videos got started.
See, now I think you guys just do it so you can play the discount drug mart commercials.
That's something that we do. Every episode of our show has a commercial break that has a discont drug mart.
From inception, there has been drug mart commercials in all of our shows.
Yeah.
Yes, I know. That's why I said it.
from the very beginning. Yeah. I think just two kids from Cleveland talking reckless.
So you have this hilarious Twitter. This is how I got to know you, is through your Browns Twitter videos. Explain to people how all that started and what it is, because not everyone's seen it. And to me, I'm sorry, it is the funniest thing on Twitter when it comes on. And when you come out with a new video, I'm not gonna lie, I'm like, oh yes, and I'll go somewhere just at work and watch it. I'm like, all right, leave me alone, people. I gotta watch this real quick.
Yeah, I appreciate it. It came from literally what I just said, like sitting and observing. Neither one of us knew what Brown's Twitter was. We had no idea that it was a thing or an entity like this community, you know what I mean? And so we were just somehow, some way we wound up doing like a follow train, and we seen all these different characters and personalities on Brown's Twitter. And I thought, man, this is funny. Like, this is really funny. And so we were both sort of dealing with some real heavy stuff. And the very first video was very simply, I was trying to make him laugh. Like I sent this to him and I said, hey man, do you think this is funny? And he's like, dude, post it right now.
Laughter's the greatest antidote for some things, man.
It really is. It really is. And like I said, there was a lot of heavy things going on. And so, yeah, people just sort of liked them. And then we kept saying like, the next one will be the last one. And then we wound up doing like 10 of them, I think, something like that. And then after that, I said, no, okay, we're not going to do any more. But then every time we say that, something else wild happens in that weird community there. And I'm like, okay, well, I got to say something about this.
Well, even as simple as us just driving around, we'll see a Misney sign, or we'll see a commercial, or we'll see anything that comes along those lines. And I mean, that's where you get these characters. It's just, and then going into comment sections and just reading all the nonsense that comes out of those comment sections, which is like, the 90% of the derivative of everything that happens is from comment sections, all the threads.
100%.